Good morning, students. I welcome you to the next session of biological classification. In the last class, we completed kingdom Protista. Continuation, the third kingdom, the kingdom Mycota. Includes commonly known fungus, the mushrooms we say, the yeast, the bread molds, the fungus which grows on bread, all comes under this group. So Mycota includes the study of fungus, includes the study of the fungus, the different fungus. We commonly can say even mushrooms. Mushrooms. Members are eukaryotic. Members are eukaryotic, multicellular. So eukaryotic, multicellular, with an exception of yeast. Yeast is a fungus usually used in the preparation of bread, beer, alcoholic beverage, beer. Like that. Yeast is a unicellular fungus. So under the kingdom, all members are multicellular except yeast. Yeast is a unicellular fungus except yeast. So what is yeast? Exception of yeast. Yeast is a unicellular fungus. Yeast is a unicellular fungus. All the other fungus are multicellular. Usually they are filamentous. Multicellular filamentous. So members are eukaryotic, multicellular with the exception of yeast. Members are heterotrophic. Yes, we know mushrooms usually grow on dead decaying organic matter of plants as well as animals. So members are heterotrophic. Different types of nutrition are seen, we'll study later. Heterotrophic. Members are heterotrophic. Where and all these are found? These are found everywhere, in soil, air, water, inside the body of plants, animals, like that. Everywhere, distributed everywhere. But these prefer to grow on moist, humid, warm, damp places. So Mycota, kingdom Mycota mainly includes mushrooms. Study of fungus is called mycology. Study of fungus is called mushrooms, different types of fungus. A small note is they prefer to grow on moist, warm, humid or damp soil, like that. Warm places. Usually when we keep a bread slice in a moist condition, warm, moist condition, upon that we see fine thread-like structure starts to grow. Initially they are white in color, later they turn to become black. That is a fungus. Which we usually call bread mold. That is a fungus which we usually call bread mold. The name is Rhizopus. Rhizopus is the bread mold. Now few example for fungus. This is a small note on fungus. Few example for fungus. examples for this. First one is yeast. So what is yeast? Yeast is the exception for the kingdom. Yeast is a unicellular fungus. All the other members are multicellular fungi. Bread mold. Already I told, named Rhizopus. When we keep a bread in moist condition, white thread-like structures grow upon it. It is fungus named Rhizopus. We heard the antibiotic named penicillin. Antibiotic named penicillin. This is the name of the antibiotic which is obtained from a fungus, penicillium. Which is obtained from a fungus named penicillium. So what is penicillium? Penicillium is a fungus. Penicillium is a fungus. Penicillium is the source for the antibiotic penicillin. Penicillin is obtained from penicillium. So yeast, penicillium, Rhizopus. Few are called commonly toadstools. Toadstools are nothing but one type of mushrooms. Toadstools are nothing but one type of mushrooms. These are somewhat broad like this with the head and a stalk like this. Toadstool. What is toad? Toad is one type of frog. This the broad surface of these mushrooms resembles like the stool upon which a toad, a frog can sit. In that meaning the word is given, toadstool. Toadstools are nothing but mushrooms. Some are parasitic. I already told nutrition is heterotrophic. So they obtain nutrition from the dead decaying organic matter or from living plants or animals like that. Few cases they are seen even in symbiotic, which I will tell you later. So few members are parasitic. One is Puccinia. This is the name of the fungus, Puccinia. Puccinia causes a disease in wheat. One of the food crop, wheat. Puccinia causes a disease in wheat. The name of the disease is wheat rust. Few fungus are also found growing when we keep a orange fruit, and when the fruit rots, upon that white thread-like structures grow. That is one type of fungus. So grows on rotting orange fruit. Fungus grows on rotting orange fruit. Few also causes disease to mustard plant, especially to the mustard leaves. White patches seen on the mustard leaves are because of a fungus, albugo. One more is mucor. These are few examples for fungus. Mucor, albugo, Rhizopus, yeast, bread mold, Rhizopus, penicillin are few examples. Yes, kingdom Mycota. Mycota includes study of fungus. Commonly we can say mushrooms, study of different mushrooms including yeast. So what are those? These are eukaryotic, multicellular with the exception of yeast. Yeast is a fungus which is known as baker's yeast, used in food preparation in bakery. So it is also called baker's yeast, used in the preparation of bread, beer, etc. Used in the preparation of bread and beer. Few other members are mucor is a fungus, albugo is a fungus, Puccinia fungus, penicillium, Rhizopus, yeast, commonly known as toadstools are all different fungus. So what are fungus? When we keep a bread piece in moist condition, upon that white thread-like structure grow, that is fungus. Yeast is a fungus, usually added to the dough which is used in the preparation of bread, which results in fermentation, is yeast. Mucor. What is bread mold? Rhizopus. Penicillin is the antibiotic obtained from the fungus penicillium. The source of antibiotic penicillin is penicillium, is a fungus. Puccinia is a fungus. What is Puccinia? Causes a disease known as wheat rust in wheat plant, is a fungus. Then few grow on mustard leaves. The name of the fungus is albugo. So those are in short the characters, few examples for under kingdom Mycota. usually keep food items in refrigerators. What happens if we keep outside? When there is humid warm condition, upon that usually fungus may grow or even bacteria may grow. So to avoid spoiling of food, we usually keep them in refrigerator. So we usually keep food in refrigerator to prevent them from getting spoiled by the bacterial as well as fungal growth. Again in detail about the characters. So I already told members grow on warm humid places. Yes, if we keep a bread piece in warm humid condition, easily white thread-like structures grow upon it. That is a fungus named Rhizopus. Members prefer to grow in warm humid conditions. Warm humid condition. Members are multicellular. Members are multicellular. All are with many cells. Multicellular. With the exception of one member, yeast. Yeast is an exception for the kingdom Mycota. Yeast is a unicellular fungus. How the body? I told when we keep a bread piece in moist condition, white thread-like structures grow. Imagine this is a bread slice. This is a bread slice. Upon that we can see white thread-like structures. What is that? That white thread-like structure itself is the body of the fungus. Body of the fungus. So body consists of, what are those? Imagine, pull out this white thread-like structure out and try to observe those white thread-like structure under the microscope. So one thread-like structure is like this. It is long, elongated thread-like structure. One that is long, elongated thread-like structure. When magnified, it is tubular, like this. Tube-like structure. When magnified, it is tubular. So thread-like fine structure, long one is tube-like structure, is named as hyphae. Hyphae. So what are hyphae? The body of the fungus consists of long thread-like tubular structures called hyphae. Imagine individual is hyphae. When hyphae gets sufficient moisture, nutrients, warm condition, they together form a network. So hyphae, on getting sufficient warm condition, environmental condition, they together form a network. Network is called mycelium. So the body of the fungus made by fine thread-like structures called hyphae. Individual thread is hyphae. This is an individual thread. For example, this is hyphae. Actually, it is long, elongated thread-like structure which is tubular, like this, tube-like, long. So such numerous long thread-like structures, tubular structures, entangle together and produce a structure called mycelium. So what is mycelium? Network of hyphae is mycelium. Yes. Body consists of hyphae like this. The network of hyphae is called mycelium. Several threads together form mycelium. Now coming to types of hyphae. Types of hyphae. Hyphae are of different types. One type of hyphae is called aseptate hyphae. Aseptate, single word, aseptate. Another type of hyphae is called septate. Aseptate and septate hyphae. Aseptate, single word, A along with the septate means what? Means without. A along with the septate comes means A means A here is without. Without septa. Septa refers to wall. Septa refers to wall. These are like this. Imagine this is a hyphae, long elongated thread like tubes. There is no partition here and there. No partition. Entire hyphae is like this. Tubular without partition. Without partition, aseptate, long. Another condition here, this is septate. What is septa? Septa is wall. So that is this condition. See, these are the walls. These are the walls. Inside each, here it is a cytoplasm and one or nucleus, like this, nucleus. So we can see two types of hyphae. One is without septa, without wall. Aseptate. One is septate. Aseptate without wall. What is this without wall? Without wall is like this. It is with dense cytoplasm and multinucleated with dense cytoplasm. Multinucleated with dense cytoplasm. Yes. What is this? See here. Here there is no wall. So all these are nuclei. All these are nuclei. Several nuclei are found within a tubular structure and a dense cytoplasm. Whereas here cytoplasm is there, but each cell, this is the partition, the septa, each cell is with one nucleus. Whereas this condition, the aseptate condition, what is aseptate? Without wall, dense cytoplasm, multinucleated condition is called choanocytic. So aseptate hyphae are choanocytic. Aseptate hyphae are choanocytic. Now the plant body. How the plant body is? Plant body is made up of individuals called hyphae. Fine, long, elongated thread-like structure which we see upon a bread piece when we keep a bread in moist condition. Each thread-like structure, individual thread is called hyphae. When the favorable condition it gets, hyphae entangle together and produce a network known as mycelium. Hyphae in different fungi are of two different types. Hyphae are of two types, septate, aseptate. Septate with the wall, with the septa, with many cells, each cell is with the cytoplasm and one nucleus. Each cell is with one nucleus. This is septated. In the case of aseptate hyphae, it is without walls, multinucleated, with dense cytoplasm, choanocytic. It is called choanocytic. Continuation. How the cell wall? In the case of Monera I told cell wall. In the case of plants I told cell wall. Now how the cell wall is in the case of fungus? In the case of plant, cell wall is made up of cellulose. Cellulose is a polysaccharide. Similar to that, here also cell wall is made up of a polysaccharide, complex polysaccharide named chitin, CHITIN. Chitin is also called fungal cellulose, is a complex polysaccharide known as chitin. So fungal cell wall is made up of a material known as chitin, which is a complex polysaccharide. How the nutrition in this kingdom? Already I told it is heterotrophic. Yes, nutrition is heterotrophic. They are without pigment. They depend upon others for their requirement, food requirement. So they show heterotrophic nutrition. Three different types of nutrition are known. Saprophytic. Like this, saprophytic. We usually see mushrooms. Where they grow? They grow in humus rich soil. Means what? On dead substances, on dead organic matter of plants. Yes. So these saprophytic fungi are one which absorb soluble organic molecules from the dead substance. From the dead substance, these absorb soluble organic molecule. That is one type of nutrition which are called saprophytic. Second category, parasites. Parasites get their nutrition from living plants as well as animals. Already I told, albugo grows on mustard, which is a parasite. Puccinia, which is a parasite. Those which grow on orange fruit are parasites. Yes, parasitic fungi get nutrition from the living plants as well as animals. Group are symbionts. So what are symbionts? In the case of symbiont, two organisms are found together in a close association. Both are beneficial to each other. Two organisms are found, are called double organism, usually dual organism. So this is an association in which two organisms are found closely with each other. Both are associated with each other. Association of two organisms. In this case, fungus is associated with the other organisms. Fungus is associated with the other organism. Fungus associated with the algae. In the case of lichens, lichens are one group of plants which we can say dual plants. Dual is double. So lichen plant body is made by algae as well as fungi. Yes, fungus found associated with the algae to form lichen. Lichen is a plant body which is dual, double. How they are associated? Think of, here algae is autotrophic, can prepare its own food. Fungus is heterotrophic. So this algae prepares food and supplies it for the fungal component. In turn, the fungal component absorbs water, minerals and supplies it to the algal component, like that. So two organisms are found closely associated with each other. One is this. One more is fungus are found associated with the roots of higher plants. Imagine this is the root of a higher plant, taproot system. This is the root of a higher plant, and one type of fungus, this is the fine thread like structure. Imagine like this, these are the fungus. This fungus is associated with the roots of higher plants. This fungus found along with the roots of higher plants. Fungus absorbs nutrition and supplies to the host, that is the angiosperm plant. That type of association is called mycorrhiza. Myco refers to fungus. Study of fungus is called mycology. Mycos refers to fungus. Rhiza refers to root. That is fungal association with the roots of higher plant. Association of fungus with the roots of higher plant. Both are beneficial to each other, like that. So that is symbiotic. Nutrition. How the fungus shows nutrition? The nutrition are of 3 different types. Actually it is heterotrophic. Shows 3 different types of heterotrophic nutrition. Saprophytic, parasitic and symbiotic. So what is saprophytic? These absorb soluble organic molecules from dead substances. Soluble organic matter from dead substance. What is parasitic? These fungus get nutrition from living plants as well as animals. Third one, symbiotic. In this case, symbiotic, it is an association of 2 organisms in which both are beneficial to each other. For example, lichen. Lichens are one group of plants in which there are 2 components, algal as well as fungal. Both are beneficial to each other. So fungi associated with the algae in the case of lichen thallus. One more association is called mycorrhiza. Myco refers to fungus, rhiza refers to roots. One type of fungus found associated with the roots of higher plants. Both are beneficial to each other. It is a symbiotic association. So 2 examples for symbiotic are lichen thallus and mycorrhizal association. Lichen thallus as well as mycorrhizal association. So we started with the characters. What are that? Members grow in warm humid places. Members grow in warm humid places. Then I told about members are multicellular, eukaryotic with the exception of yeast. Body is made up of long slender thread like structure called hyphae. Hyphae are of 2 types, septate, aseptate. Aseptate hyphae are also called choanocytic. These hyphae entangle together to form a network known as mycelium. How the cell wall in the case of fungus? Cell wall is made up of fungal cellulose, complex polysaccharide, chitin. How the nutrition? Heterotrophic. 3 different types, saprophytic, parasitic and symbiotic. reproduce. These reproduce by three different types: vegetative, asexual and sexual. Vegetatively by three different methods. Vegetatively, under that, by three different methods: fragmentation, fission and budding. Fragmentation, fission, somewhat similar. Body breaks into two again grow into new individual, like that. Fragmentation, fission, budding, usually seen in yeast. What is yeast? Yeast is a unicellular fungus, a small bud like structure like this. See, this is yeast. Imagine, upon the yeast surface a small bud appears like this. This divides, the genetic material divides, one moves into that and the bud gets separated from the parent, like that. Budding. So vegetatively by fragmentation, fission and by the formation of bud. Budding is seen in yeast, budding. Asexually by the formation of different types of spores. Asexually by the formation of different types of spores. So members produce different types of spores. These are the names of different types of spores. Sporangiospores, aplanospores are also called aplanospores, conidiospores and zoospores. Asexually, fungus reproduce by different types of spores. These are the names of different types of spores: conidiospores, sporangiospores and zoospores. Sexually, again by few more types of spores. Sexually by few more types of spores: ascospores, basidiospores, oospores, oospores and zygospores. So usually in this you can see 3 plus 4 different types, 7 different types of spores. This is the name for the same spore. 7 different types of spores are seen in kingdom Mycota. 3 types in the case of asexual reproduction, 4 different types in the case of sexual reproduction. What are these spores now? Spores. Imagine spores. Imagine a mushroom like this, mushroom. On the lower side here, on the lower side of the mushroom, here on the lower side we can see several structures radiating like this. Each at the tip produce one type of spores. So spores are produced in a body. All these spores are produced in a body known as fruiting body. The structure what we see in nature like this, the one what we see in nature, it is called fruiting body. So these different types of spores, all these different types of spores are produced inside a structure known as fruiting body. The mushroom body what we see in nature is called fruiting body. Where these spores are produced? I told already, spores are produced on this side, here on the lower side at the tips here on the lower side at the tip. So these spores are produced inside a structure known as fruiting body. All these different types of spores are haploid. Haploid means with one single set of chromosomes. Yes, all these spores are haploid. All these spores are haploid with one single set of chromosomes. Yes, N we represent, which are produced from a fruiting body, whereas fruiting body is diploid. This diploid fruiting body undergoes meiosis and results in haploid spores. So spores are haploid. That is how these reproduce. So how the fungus reproduce? By 3 methods: vegetative, asexual and sexual. Vegetatively by fission, fragmentation and budding. Asexually by 3 different types of spores: sporangiospores, conidiospores and zoospores. Sexually by ascospores, basidiospores, oospores and zygospores. All these different types of spores are produced in a body known as fruiting body. The fruiting body is diploid. It undergoes meiosis and produce the haploid spores. Now, continuation of sexual reproduction. Sexually, it produces different types of spores: ascode, basidio, oospores, zygospores, and so on. Sexual cycle includes all this. Sexually, members reproduce by the formation of gametes. Gametes are of two types. In few cases, gametes are motile. In others, the gametes are non-motile. Think of this is a gamete, non-motile gamete. This is another non-motile gamete. Non-motile gamete. Okay, one gamete, another gamete. Both come closer. First step is plasmogamy. Think of this one is having its own protoplasm. This one is having its own protoplasm. Both come closer like this. Both come closer. Finally, the content undergo fusion. The protoplasm of two cells fuse. Yes, no wall between them now. The protoplasm of two cells fuse. So, plasmo refers to protoplasm. Gamy refers to union of protoplasm. Fusion of protoplasm occurs between, see here there are no locomotory organs, so these are non-motile. In few cases you can say motile also. This is motile structure, one more is this is motile structure. Yeah, this is motile, one more is motile. These two fuse. How? Like this, like this. These two fuse like this. These two fuse like this. See. So the fusion may be between two non-motile or between two motile gametes is plasmogamy. So first step is plasmogamy. Fusion of protoplasm between the two gametes. The gametes may be motile or non-motile. See here, these are the motile gametes, whereas these are the non-motile gametes. That is plasmogamy. Fusion of protoplasm between the two gametes, which may be motile or non-motile. Fusion of protoplasm between the two gametes, two motile or non-motile gametes. Two non-motile, motile gametes. Two cells behave like gametes, come closer, their protoplasm fuses, is plasmogamy. is plasmogamy. Now imagine this is its nucleus, this is the nuclei of this cell. The two nuclei are now like this, right? Those two nuclei fuse. The two nuclei fuse like this together. The two nuclei now fuse. This is one more, right? This is two fuse. What is that? Fusion of nuclei. The two nuclei fuse. Fusion of two nuclei. The word for nucleus is karyon. Karyon is nucleus. Karyogamy refers to fusion of nuclei. Fusion of nuclei. So that next step is fusion of two nuclei results in karyogamy. First one is plasmogamy. Fusion of protoplasm between two gametes which are either motile or non-motile. Second case, karyogamy. After the fusion of protoplasm, their nuclei also fuse. Imagine this is haploid, this is now diploid. This is haploid, now imagine this is diploid. Like that. Fusion of two nuclei results in karyogamy. Now after karyogamy what? This nuclei fuse. This is now the zygote. Which is formed as a result of fusion of two nuclei, which is 2n. So the zygote is 2n. I told all the spores are haploid. Spores are produced from the fruiting body. Spores are produced from the fruiting body by the process of meiosis. What is meiosis? Reduction division. The chromosome number is reduced to half. Yes, this zygote undergo meiosis. To produce spores which are haploid. To produce haploid single set of chromosome N, haploid spores to produce single set of, yes, that is meiosis. So the third step is meiosis, in which the zygote undergo reduction division results in the formation gives haploid spores. These are the steps in a sexual cycle. Or sexual cycle includes plasmogamy, karyogamy followed by meiosis. What is plasmogamy? Two cells, two hyphae cells which behave like gametes come closer. Wall between them disappears or fuses. Protoplasm fuses. First step, protoplasm fuses. It is called plasmogamy. Fusion of protoplasm between two gametes which are motile or non-motile. After that their nuclei fuses. Fusion of nuclei is karyogamy. The nuclei now produced is diploid and it is zygote. That zygote undergoes meiosis and results in haploid spores. Small note, continuation. How these sexual reproduction occurs actually, we'll start in the next class.